Wi-Fi is literally everywhere. We use it every single day, right? But have you ever actually stopped to think about what's happening behind the scenes when you tap that little symbol on your screen? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible magic we all call Wi-Fi. And just to give you a sense of how massive this thing is, get this. Back in 2021, there were an estimated 22 billion devices connected to Wi-Fi. That is just a mind-boggling number of phones, laptops, smart TVs, you name it, all talking to each other without a single wire in sight. So here's the big question. How does your request to watch, say, a cat video, travel from your phone out into the world and back again in what feels like an instant? Let's trace that journey, and we're going to start with the heart of your home network. Our journey begins with a little box you probably ignore until, it stops working, the humble router. This device is the real unsung hero of your digital life. Okay, first, a super quick bit of lingo. A LAN, or local area network, is when you connect devices with one of those physical Ethernet cables. What we call Wi-Fi is technically a WLAN, a wireless local area network. Same concept, just, without all the messy cables. So think of your router as the air traffic controller for your home. Its main job is to manage all the data flying back and forth between your personal devices and the huge wider internet. It's the gatekeeper. And to do that, the router gives every single device that connects to it a unique IP address. It's basically like a special name or mailing address. This is how, when you ask for that cat video, the router knows to send it to your phone and not, say, your roommate's laptop. No mix-ups. Okay, so the router knows where to send the data, but how does that data actually travel through the air? Well, this is where things get really cool. We're talking about the invisible data highway. So when you click on a video, that request isn't sent as one giant file. Instead, your device chops it up into thousands of tiny, manageable little pieces called data packets. You can think of each packet like a single word in a very, very long sentence. And here's the magic trick. Your phone takes those data packets and converts them into radio waves. And unlike visible light, these radio waves are totally invisible and can pass right through walls and other stuff, which obviously makes them perfect for wireless communication. Your router catches those radio waves, sends the request out to the internet, gets all the video packets back from a server somewhere out there, and then beams them right back to your phone. Then your phone puts all those little packets back together in the right order to show you the video. And this entire round trip happens in milliseconds. It is absolutely incredible. But let's talk about a situation we have all been in. You look at your phone, you've got full Wi-Fi bars, but everything is loading at a snail's pace. What on earth is going on? This gets to maybe the biggest misconception about Wi-Fi. You see those bars on your screen? They only measure one thing: how strong the signal is between your device and your router. That's it. They tell you absolutely nothing about the actual speed of your internet connection. Right. Your actual internet speed is all about your bandwidth. The best way to think about bandwidth is like the size of a pipe that connects you to the internet. It's the maximum amount of data that can be transferred every second. So how much do you really need? Well, it totally depends on what you're doing. As you can see here, simple things like email or music might only need a few megabits per second. But if you want to stream a movie in glorious 4K, you're going to need at least 25. The bigger your bandwidth pipe, the smoother everything feels. But here's the catch. Even with great bandwidth, you can still get those frustrating slowdowns. And here's why. Your Wi-Fi network is divided into channels. And you can think of each channel as a single lane road. Only one device can talk or send data at a time. Every other device in that channel has to wait its turn. So the more devices you have trying to use that same road, your phone, your laptop, your TV, your smart speakers, the bigger the traffic jam gets. Okay, so now that we know how Wi-Fi works and, more importantly, why it can get so congested, let's talk about solutions. We're going to bust a common myth and look at some really practical ways to improve your connection at home. A lot of the time, a weak signal just comes down to physical stuff getting in the way. Thick walls, especially in older buildings, are a classic Wi-Fi killer. Metal in the ceiling can stop a signal dead in its tracks. But it's not just physical things. Interference from your neighbor's crowded Wi-Fi channel, or even from your own microwave oven or Bluetooth devices, can cause some major slowdowns. Now, if you have those annoying Wi-Fi dead spots in your home, a repeater can be a total game changer. It's a pretty simple device that works in 3 easy steps. First, it catches your router's weak signal. Then it amplifies it to make it way stronger. And finally, it broadcasts that newly boosted signal into those hard-to-reach areas. Simple as that. All right, let's address the elephant in the room. With all these invisible radio waves flying around us all the time, a lot of people start to wonder, is this stuff actually dangerous to our health? Well, the short answer is no. You really don't need to worry. Official groups like Germany's Federal Office for Radiation Protection have studied this a ton, and they confirm that the radiation levels from Wi-Fi are incredibly low. I mean, far below the internationally recommended safety limits. So there are no known health risks to humans. So there you have it. From data packets flying through the air as radio waves to traffic jams on your Wi-Fi channel, we've hopefully demystified some of that invisible magic we use every single day. It's a technology that has completely reshaped our world, but it does leave us with one final, really exciting question. As our need for data and connection just keeps growing, what comes next in our journey to a truly wireless world?